Hi guys, thank you for tuning into my channel. Hopefully you'll like my content and decide to subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. We're going to get right into it. Today I'll be doing a little bottle art. I have a very large bottle here. You don't need a bottle this size. It's also very dark in color, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to try to paint this white. Hopefully it'll take. Before we get started with our painting, we're going to be doing some roses using our silicone mold. I purchased this at Walmart in the cake decorating supplies, and I'm just going to make a few roses with my hot glue gun. Just going to put some hot glue in each little rose here. We don't have to fill it all the way up. We're just going to put enough hot glue in there to get the imprint of the rose petals. That's what we're looking for. I'm going to just do a few of these. You have to set that aside for it to dry. And then we'll come back and show you how these will look after they've dried. Doesn't take that long, maybe 20 minutes or 10, 15. I'm not real sure. But I know it doesn't take that long. Now, I've already prepped this bottle. I've wiped it down thoroughly with some alcohol. And now I'm going to try to start painting. I'll be using some white apple barrel paint from Walmart. Hopefully it'll turn out good. I'm going to try to just paint this using a sponge. Just take our sponge, get us some paint on there, and we're going to start patting it. Hopefully this will cover this dark brown bottle. I'm going to try, and we'll see how it'll turn out. As you can see, our bottle looks a little rough right now at this stage, but that's okay, because we're going to come back and do a few more coats over this. Just going to let this dry. It'll start looking better the more coats we put on it. Okay, I've applied 3 coats of paint, and it still has a little of the brown glass showing through, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to continue to move on because I'm going to have something, I'm going to do something up here that's kind of going to cover it up anyway, so it's not going to make a huge difference. Right now, I have some metallic rose gold paint, and I got this from Walmart. And now we're going to apply this the same way that we did our white. I'm going to do it with a sponge. I'm going to try to make it look like the picture that I have in my mind. Just going to see if I can get these hands to create it. I'm going to start off with the this rose gold around the base. And we're still doing the same method. We're not going to put this in a straight line pattern. We're going to just, we're not going to use straight lines. We're going to just make it at different heights all the way around. I can tell you now this is going to require maybe more than one coat because it's not quite as dark as I want it. So I'm going to go back over this with I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going back over it with another coat. I don't want it to look uniform. I want it to look kind of messy, but you'll see why. Hopefully it'll all come together in the end. Gonna let this dry, and then I'm gonna come back in with the second coat of paint. But you kind of get the idea of what I'm doing here. Hopefully. Just like that. No particular height, just various heights all the way around. All right, we're gonna let this dry. Then we'll come back and move on. Okay guys, so this is where we are right now. We did our rose gold around the bottom. Looks a little rough, but we're gonna continue to work and it'll all come together in the end. I'm gonna use this apple barrel. I think it's camo pink. It's it had some paint spilled over the name in the store, so I can't really tell what it is, and this was the only one. We're going to take some of this and we're going to use our sponge once again. We're going to mix this in and bring this pink on up to the top. Just tapping. All we're doing is tapping. That sponge is giving us a nice little pattern in there. Keep bringing this pink on up to the top. Put a little more pressure on it when you bring it. When you're at the bottom, tap it a little with a little more force. And then lighten up on your tap as you bring it up to the top, so that pink will kind of fade on out. Still in no uniform pattern whatsoever. Just tapping as you go. It's kind of looking like that. It'll all come together in the end. At least I hope so. Okay, we're gonna have to let this dry, and we'll be able to move on to our next step. Okay, that's dried some. So now we're going back to our white. We're kind of trying to make the color fade as we go up to the top back to white. So we'll just be bringing a little white in there and mixing with the pink. We can still do that tapping method. We're going to set our bottle aside. Kind of looks a little messy, but it'll all come together. We're going to set this aside, let it dry. One of the first things that we did when I first started this video was I told you we made some roses in a silicone mold. And that is what they look like. They're really pretty. Loose pieces. We're going to take our scissors and we're going to just trim away all of that to get it down flat. Nice smooth surface to work with. Now it looks like that. Just trim all those flyaway ends off. We're going to go back and use some of this camo pink, and we're going to paint these roses. We're going to paint our roses. You don't have to put a lot of paint. Just want to get them covered. We've let our bottle dry. Nice mixture of color there. And now our roses are dry. We're going to start gluing some roses to our bottle. Well, just no particular order, just whatever feels right to you. I'm going to use both Gorilla Glue and hot glue. Like I said, this is going to take a while. I'm going to glue all these roses all the way around this bottle at different height. I'm going to take my hot glue gun and I'm going to draw some stems on these roses. Nothing more than just simply drawing lines. Take your hot glue gun, just draw some lines coming down from your roses. If the glue breaks, the line breaks, that's fine. Tap on the lines. Making all of our hot glue lines stand out now. So this is what we have now. This rose gold paint that we had, touching up our hot glue lines. Now we're going to brush it across the roses. It's bringing our petals in. Okay, you kind of get the idea of what I'm doing here. Just making those rose petals stand out now. Okay, what made me want to do this pink bottle in the beginning was because I had this beautiful pink butterfly. It is a Christmas ornament. I did get this at Walmart after Christmas. So right now I'm going to cut part of him off on the back side so I can use him. Actually, this might just pull off. I did. We're going to glue this little butterfly right up here. Hot glue for instant hold. Gonna hold it there for a few seconds. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a good bond here. Let me use some hot glue. You don't need to put any type of butterflies or anything to your vase or bottle, whichever design you choose to make. This is just totally something I wanted to do. I was trying to use the colors red and pink since Valentine's Day is coming up next month. I wanted to incorporate some pink and red into some designs. Now we all know everything always looks better with a little bit of bling. We're going to start adding us some bling in here. We're going around the top. And I have these little gems that I got from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to be using a few of those on my roses. Just going to put a dot of, well, they're self-adhesive, but I have problems with them not sticking that well. I'm going to put a little dot there. I'm not going to do it on all of them. I'm just going to choose a few here and there. Jump around. Darker pink color. I think I'm going to brush a little of that into some of my roses. I'm just brush it on. Just touch them up a little bit, because after I put everything together, the butterfly looks a little pinker than I thought. So I'm going to incorporate another shade of pink in this. Try to pick up on that color of the butterfly. I'll let you know what color that is. Touch a few more of these. The color is pink polish. I'm going to try to see if I can put a little bit of that in here, because that looks a little more like that pink. All depends. Just because I use these colors, you don't have to use them. It's totally whatever your taste is. I'm just trying to use some pinks and reds since Valentine's Day is coming up next month. I think that makes it look a little better as far as the color, the pinks matching. Just touching random spots with the pink. Okay, I'm going to cover this cork with some bling wrap. Hopefully you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Leave me a like, share, and please subscribe. Like I said, I'm going to just cover this and then we'll come back. I'm going to seal it, and then I'll be back and let you see it, how I use it in my home. Okay. I really feel like this is just missing something. So, I'm going to be gluing a few gems in various spots. No particular order. Just some gems. Okay, guys. This is my finished product. Hopefully you like my content and will consider subscribing to my channel. While you're here, give me a like and a share. Hit that notification bell so you won't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching. and God bless.